VeryDarkMan does not want anybody to talk about him, but he talks about people. The only person in Nigeria that can talk about VeryDarkMan is DeeOne, because he knows that everything I say is the truth. If not, if I was lying, he would have sued me. But he knows that DeeOne is the only person that understands his tricks and manipulation. He has decided not to sue because he knows that if we go to court with the evidences and stuff that I have, he will be the one that will go to jail.
How's comedy doing so far?
Comedy has been fine, you know. We've done a couple of things. I have done a couple of things personally for myself, you know, been able to win some competitions. But this year, I'm going to be working on a project that would, you know, take Nigeria to another level. I'm not going to spill yet, so when that time comes, you guys will see it. But you will love it.
So you held a packed show at Echo Hotel in 2023. It seems like you've stepped away from comedy a little bit.
No, I've not. I usually have a show when I have something for my people, you know, for people that would come for the show. But I run a comedy club every week, and I've been doing that non-stop. Sometimes I go, you know, for shows in between and all that. I've been doing comedy clubs for over 10 years non-stop. Even when I'm outside the country, I still look for a comedy club to, you know, participate in. So, no, I'm still, and this year we're having a show. The show is going to be the biggest show in Africa, biggest comedy show in Africa. It sounds like a lie now. It sounds like, oh, this guy is just bragging until it happens. And oh, this guy talk more. Well, I promise you, this is the first time I'm saying it on Pulse TV ever. The show that's happening this year is going to change the comedy business for good. Nobody has done it before. And even when I do it, it will take a man with 4 balls to try it.
We look forward to that, but not the man with 4 balls. I mean, 2 is fine. Yeah, so about the recent squabble that's been going on social media, do you feel responsible for Nedu's recent troubles? I mean, we've had like, we've seen videos of you sort of soliciting for empathy towards him. So do you sort of feel responsible for his plight currently?
Nedu is going through a lot.
Nedu is not going through. It sounds like Nedu is going through depression. You know, that's the impression that is being. That's the deception from the guy in question. You know, he's trying to make it look as if Nedu was hospitalized and all that. But for me, Nedu is innocent, and like I said, he's innocent because he did not know that I went on that podcast to talk about the deception and the manipulation, also the blackmail of VeryDarkMan.
Okay, so would you like to tell us, like, what's your current relationship with him? Like, what's the state of your relationship with him?
Relationship in terms of, so we have to be clear, you know, we're talking about a lot of things these days. Before people will take that relationship part and say DeeOne is in a relationship with Nedu, it's very, very important. Because some people are already pushing some narratives that, you know, we need to.
Okay, what I'm asking is, are you both cordial with each other?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, you know, I followed the press release, and you know, we still talk. You know, we talk when it's necessary.
Okay.
He still spoke today, in fact, some minutes ago, and he said we should, you know, have a conversation afterwards.
All right. So
Nedu is fine. Sorry, Nedu is fine. I just want to publicly say that, you know, I'm sorry, you know, but I want people. I said, you talk about VeryDarkMan does not want anybody to talk about him, but if you talk about, but he talks about people. Do you understand? He has made fame from talking about people, but he does not want any human being to talk about him. The only person in Nigeria that can talk about VeryDarkMan is DeeOne, and that's why, you know, he has said, because he knows that everything I say is the truth. If not, if I was lying, he would have sued me. But he knows that DeeOne is the only person that understands his tricks and manipulations and blackmail, you know, agenda. So he has decided not to sue because he knows that if we go to court with the evidences and stuff that I have, he will be the one that will go to jail.
Okay, so speaking about evidence, why haven't you made that public yet?
Okay, so I'm going to refer you to a video that somebody sent to me some minutes ago about VeryDarkMan, and these were his words. Let me play. Can I play it? Audio, just audio.
Sure.
So that you will hear Somebody just sent this some minutes ago, and you need to hear the words.
Alright, so I'm waking up to Tunde not post about me, and then of course you can always go comment, yeah? Then I saw one particular comment that says, after I don't sell in Bola for money. The truth is that this particular comment, I see it almost everywhere. If I tell you every other thing I've done for money, that's selling Bola will not be at the top of your list anymore. I've actually given a man a hand job for money. This particular person I've given a hand job, a lot of the celebrities have done worse to this person than me. Do you understand? Forget all the ones that you are adoring and you are worshipping. If you see the things that they've done for money, you'll be surprised. Do you understand? Now, I've done a lot of things for money in my life. I've sold pure water.
So, I'm going to ask VeryDarkMan this same question because he wants me to bring out the evidence or the evidences. Why have you not brought out the evidences that you have that many of our celebrities have done the same thing with this VIP guy that you have done the same thing with? Why are you hiding it? Is that integrity? If you claim to be the person that has the most integrity in Nigeria, why are you holding on to that information? Do you know why? Because that is power. The moment VeryDarkMan calls you out, the next thing, he manipulates the audience and then he blackmails you. But I don't roll that way. I'm never going to, blackmail or manipulate people. I just want VeryDarkMan to be a better person. But that's why a lot of celebrities cannot talk, because he knows stuff about them. And the moment he calls you out, you are worried. But this guy no go talk this one way in know, or this one way in see. Do you understand? So why are you holding? If you want me to release this to the public, then you also release the names or talk about this video, or release this to the public. As long as I hold on to whatever I have, that is my control over VeryDarkMan. He listens to everything I say because he knows that I have him by the balls.
You seem to like balls a lot. It's just an expression. I
get you.
Yeah,
it's just an expression. Okay. But people think VeryDarkMan has 5 or 6 balls. It's still the same number of balls.
Again,
what I watched.
You seem to love balls. All right. People often call you a clout chaser. What do you have to say about that?
People call me a lot of things. They call me a failed comedian. They call me a failed Big Brother Naija housemate. They call me a couple of things. So this is even very small compared to what they call me. But what is important is you would never say DeeOne slept with another man for money, which I wouldn't judge you except you're a VeryDarkMan, because VeryDarkMan judges everybody. And another thing you would not say is DeeOne manipulates people. Another thing you would not say is DeeOne blackmails people. You see, that blackmail is a major problem. I know somebody personally that has lost almost 1 billion naira from blackmail. It's a major problem. I want to also ask a question that it's been on my mind. Why do you think? So another thing is, because people already understand the pattern of very smart people like Don Jazzy, they are very smart. They understand the pattern of VeryDarkMan. He calls you out, manipulates the audience, then blackmails you. That's the pattern. So when VeryDarkMan called Don Jazzy out and said, Don Jazzy, I'm disappointed in you, blah, 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 blah. Don Jazzy was, of course, uncomfortable because he has built a brand over the years. You understand? He won't want one boy that has nothing to offer in the entertainment business tarnish it. So what did he do? He decided to wait for an opportunity to, in my own view, that's the reason why he funded his NGO with that huge amount of money. Because Don Jazzy is a businessman. How come he's going to drop 100 million for an NGO that has done nothing? And I talked about it that time. People say, we are jealous. 6 months down the line, he has done nothing with our money, because my money is part of, the NGO funds. And if you say Don Jazzy is a giver, like he's a giver, why didn't he drop or donate a huge amount to Korede Bello's foundation?
What if he did?
That's someone that has brought in revenue for Maven. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, I mean, I might be wrong, but I'm sure the reason why the guy did that was because he doesn't want VeryDarkMan's problem, which is call out, manipulate, and blackmail. And it's a problem. It's a problem. I'm talking about it now because, mark my word, this is the first time I'm saying this on Pulse TV, right? VeryDarkMan is going to one day call out the gay people in Nigeria.
You mean the very gay people that
he has had stuff with? He's going to call them out. I said on Nedu's podcast, I said, Nedu, VeryDarkMan is going to call you as, oh, VeryDarkMan is my friend. As a matter of fact, Nedu was the first person that helped VeryDarkMan with his visa to the UK. But what did he do? He betrayed him. It's not the first time he's betraying someone that has helped him. He has betrayed Sheivodi, he has betrayed Obi Kubana and the likes. I also said on TVC that I told the presenter, I said, VeryDarkMan is going to come after you. And he said, oh no, we're untouchables, blah, blah, blah. He's not going to have a problem with it. He can come on the interview to say his own side of the story. But what did VeryDarkMan do? He called the TVC guy out. I'm saying this, I know he's going to call Pulse TV out. I know. But let me also state, so that to be on record, VeryDarkMan has no friend. He doesn't mind pulling you down just to climb. He's going to one day call out the gay people in Nigeria, which is not my business. You know, I just want to put it out there so that they know. Because why are you holding that information? Like you listened, he said, I know a lot of your celebrities, people that you adore. That's why you see many of them cannot talk, because he has them by the balls. But, you know, me now, God has given me the power. I have him by the balls.
Figuratively.
Yeah, figuratively. No, of course.
Yeah, because I mean, he had them by the balls, literally.
Yeah. He still has them by the balls.
Literally?
But he's going to betray them one day. There's no secret to VeryDarkMan. The moment he sees that, it looks like they're about to catch me, he will use them as bait. Blackmail is a very terrible thing. The Senate president has gone through it, where people started saying stuff like he has something to do with a popular person, which was wrong because, I mean, there's no proof to it, number one. Number two, I mean, people's private life should be kept private, except for VeryDarkMan. He has to be exposed to the people. Then, you know, he has called out Access Bank for stealing or siphoning 500 million naira of their customer. And he was wrong. It is not the first time he's doing this. I'm saying it again. Every gay person that has done stuff in this country or that VeryDarkMan knows about is going to talk about them one day. Let's go.
So, fame or success? Which would you pick?
Success.
Why?
Because, I mean, success is for you, fame is for everybody. And what is important in life is how you satisfy yourself, especially when you're doing the right thing. So if you know, success is basically setting a target or a goal and achieving it. Fame is just being popular, you know, for people to have opinions. That doesn't satisfy you as a human being. What really, really makes you, you know, happy and fulfilled is you being successful at something that you set your mind to.
So how would you define success?
Success is a combination of plenty failures. I'm a testimony to that. I have failed. And today, I'm on my way to being successful. I'm not there yet. I'm still failing. That's why I failed not to be here. Whatever.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So being hated and saying the truth, or lying and being loved, which would you pick?
I don't really care if you love me or like me, or, you know, there's a thin line between love and hate. There's a very thin line. That's why you see people who are in love today, before they divorce tomorrow, they are enemies. There's a thin line. So people can change from hating you now to loving you tomorrow. Very, very. So what's important is just being yourself, because at the end of the day, people's opinion, you know, people always have an opinion, even when you do good. For instance, when Jesus did good in those days, they still told Pontius Pilate to crucify him. Crucify him. You know, they picked him over a thief. So, good or evil is really not my business. If you hate DeeOne, if you like DeeOne, DeeOne doesn't care. The most important thing is DeeOne does whatever is on his mind. And you will see that this is what they call freedom. You have to be free within. You know, people shouldn't box you. You shouldn't think, oh, if I talk this on, they don't go like me. No. Actually, nobody cares. You'll be shocked that people are actually very busy. They're not even thinking about you. That's the amazing thing.
All right. Thank you so much, DeeOne, for...
I have evidences. You don't want to see something.
All right.
Hey, I have a question for you. You've been asking questions.
Yeah, sure.
Number one question.
Yeah.
Why is it that VeryDarkMan that talks about people is uncomfortable with people or media houses talking about him? Do you think that's pride?
I wouldn't know. I mean, I'm not in the profession of talking about people. So I wouldn't know how it feels like if people were to talk about me, because I don't put myself in that situation.
But you ask questions.
I ask questions within my circle.
About other people.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, another question. If DeeOne was lying about VeryDarkMan, why didn't VeryDarkMan sue DeeOne?
Probably waiting for the right time. We're trying to find something on you so that, I mean, it could be a lot of things. It could just be that he hasn't found anything on you and just doesn't want to deal with it.
Yeah, but he came out to say he's a street boy.
I mean, I don't know.
He doesn't sue, he's a street boy. Another question. If Nedu defrauded somebody of 60 million, why is it VeryDarkMan writing the petition?
Why isn't
Why is VeryDarkMan the one writing the petition to the police?
Some people like to feel like heroes, and I think that maybe he's on his way to me.
The people that are involved in the fraud, so to speak, they would not want to write a petition to the police. They will say, VeryDarkMan, put it on social media. Social media is not a courtroom, by the way. Why? Why do you think?
We've seen lots of cases come to social media without going to the police. Some people have faith in individuals more than they have faith in the police force.
But the VeryDarkMan that they have the faith in has said that he's going to write a petition to the police. Don't you see manipulation in all of this? That's my point.